So in this session, we will discuss how to create or sign up into Salesforce developer mode. How to create or sign up into Salesforce development. That we will discuss now. I'll give you host. So I have given host to you. I'll stop sharing of my system. Share your system so that I can guide you for signing up into Salesforce development mode.
Yeah, okay.
So as we said that Salesforce is one of the best cloud-based CRM platform. So everything we can able to do in the cloud itself. We need to develop an account and we have to do it there itself. We no need to install any software in our local system or into our uh, any server remotely we can able to operate. So just go to
Okay.
Google.
Yes, sir. It doesn't require any app, right?
It doesn't require any application to be installed in the system.
Mm.
Everything we can able to work in the cloud. For that we have to create the account in the Salesforce. So we'll be getting 30 days free trial session, so we can able to use that account. Just go to
Okay.
Google.
Yes, sir. I am in Google. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, Salesforce. Type type what I'm saying. Salesforce, FORCE
Yes, sir.
space developer space edition, EDITION edition
Yeah, okay,
space
sir.
ORG. Just hit on enter. It will go for Yahoo searching. Just go for Google search.
Yes, sir.
No, just type google.com.
In search bar, you want me to search
Yes, yes,
google.com, sir.
google.com. www.google.com eq. Yeah, here you type what I said. Salesforce developer edition org. Edition org. Yeah, click on that developer edition sign up. No, not that. Next link. Next link, up one. That one you click. So here you have to provide your details. Just provide your name, last name, email address, job role, just developer you select, company
Any
name
name?
like Salesforce, Brilliant UQ, any name, or Raju's, any name. No, no, without space UQ.
After Salesforce.
Mm, enough.
Okay.
Next, country, India. Go down and yeah, select it. Postal code, something you give 560037, 5600. Anything fine. Your wish.
Okay, sir.
Anything is fine, no problem. And come to username. There again you enter your mail ID. Actually, when you are working in real time, the company will provide these details to you, login credentials.
Yes.
No, same mail ID what you have given there, you give here. Yeah, come down. Sign me up.
Send me.
Yeah. Yeah. Go to Gmail, your Gmail account, what you have provided here. You'll be getting one email. You have to verify that account so that it will activate. If you click on the link what you have received in your mail, it will allow you to select uh, to change the password, and the account will be activated. You can able to log in into it. I think you didn't receive the email.
Yes, sir. Still, I haven't received.
Yeah. So once you go with the success, that page, successful developer page is there, no? Yeah, it is sending it. It will take 1 or 2 minutes. Now you check, refresh the mail. So you have to receive one email here
From
related to your
Salesforce.
Salesforce account. You have to verify that account. If you click on the link what you have received in that email, along with the activation, it will ask you to change the password. So you can give the password. So
Yes, sir.
refresh it again. So better go with a successful developer page for some time. So after a minute or 2 minutes, you can able to see here. See, it is showing, please check your email to confirm your account. So yeah, that is the information. Maybe it is giving continuously after clicking on the sign up button till you are going to be verified. Now you got that email, select on it,
Yes, sir.
click on verify account. There you have to choose the password. The password should have 8 characters, one letter and one number should be there. Based on that, choose the password. When you are typing that uh, password, if it is going to reach that criteria what it has been given, so it is going to be give the check mark. Yeah, no need to show, no need to show.
Double time.
Yeah, okay, so hide it. Yeah, then you type it here again, the same what you have entered there you have to type here. No. Yeah. Now in security question, this will be helpful for if suppose if you forgot the password, it will be helpful for retrieving that password, or to reset the password it will be helpful. Better choose here what is your mother's maiden name. By default will be getting that name only. Whenever we forgot the password, if we want to change the password, it is not going to show some other questions. It is going to give only what is your
This question.
mother maiden name. Yeah, choose it and type carefully and slowly your mother maiden name. Yeah, you can change password. You click on change password. Yeah, never. Or if you wish to save, you can save it. Not a problem.
Okay.
So it will be takes you to the home page of Salesforce.
That's
Home page of Salesforce. This is now. And on top right, from top right, yeah, the next one, settings symbol is
Setting.
there, right? Yes, click there, go to
Yes,
developer
setting.
console. Yeah. See, in that, this is one of the editor where we can able to write our code and we can able to execute. So that and all we
So do
will
we
discuss.
require, if you go as a developer, do we require any coding? So only some developer
Mm,
require coding, right?
yeah, that and all we will discuss in the coming
Mm.
sessions. We need Apex. So for what purpose we are going to be use Apex and what will be the different tools we have here, that and all we have to discuss. And the
Yes.
Salesforce development will be having two types. One is declarative approach and other one is programmatic approach. If it is a declarative approach, we can say click and point or point and click tools we have. There we no need to write a single line of code. Just we are going to be point and we are going to be click it. If it is a programmatic approach, we have to write the code. That we will see. Now, just I'm going to be verify and I'll give the demo of the basic program how we can able to write in Apex and we can able to execute it. Go to debug and select the down arrow in the debug. And one of the advantage we have with this developer console is we can able to see the logs. So what task we have performed. From your side there is some disturbance.
Yes, right.
What?
Yeah, no, it is not.
Yeah, there will
Bro,
be.
1 second, come on. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
we have a debug, and whatever it may be the task we are providing, will be having the logs. We can able to see the logs here. That is one of the advantage we have with the developer console. Just go to debug. There is some down arrow, click on that. Debug on next one.
Yes, sir.
Debug and
Yes.
open execute anonymous window. You click on it. Here you type system S capital letter, system S capital letter.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Dot, just one line of code will write debug, debug, and in
Yes, sir.
brackets,
Hmm.
in within single quotations, not there. After debug, write the
Yes.
brackets.
Yes, sir.
Within single quotations, welcome Salesforce. Some message, single quotations.
Welcome, Salesforce.
Some message, welcome, enough, no problem.
Hmm.
Now here, if you click on execute, their execute button is there. You see,
Hmm.
yeah, click on it. So there is error. We forgot to give the semicolon. Go to OK.
Yes, sir.
At the end, you give semicolon. After the bracket, after the close bracket, you give semicolon. After the close bracket, outside of it, semicolon. That is colon, semicolon. You give.
This is on the right.
No.
Semicolon.
No. Without shift button. You give the same button without shift. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you execute. That is semicolon. What you given
Yes.
previously is colon. Execute.
Yes, sir.
Now it has saved and has executed, and under logs one list is showing, right? You click on, double click on it. logs,
Under
Chandrasekhar something under that.
do you want
Chandrasekhar
me to
something,
click
it
on
is in blue color, right? So you click on
yes,
it,
sir.
double click on it.
Under name?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So it is going to be load the logs. So what you have did, everything it is going to be show. In that, you select only the debug only. You just select debug only on top
Yes, sir.
of that, on top. Yes, here only above the logs, not there, not there. Above the logs, here
Yes, sir.
above the logs, where you have seen the
Debug
logs.
only.
Yeah, yeah. Left to that debug only. You select that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. See here, it is displaying the output. Welcome Salesforce. It is displaying the output as welcome to Salesforce. So now this is the developer console, and we'll have the introduction session of Salesforce, and I'll take the control back.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll see Salesforce introduction. See, as we have discussed, the Salesforce is one of the best cloud-based CRM, customer relationship management platform. We can able to provide a single shared view of each customer for all the departments within an organization, like marketing, sales, service, everything. What is Salesforce? What is Salesforce? What is Salesforce? It is a SaaS, software as a service. There is no need of installing the software or server to work on the this particular Salesforce. Directly, how we have opened the account, how we have signed up to some account, and we are going to be use it. So just we are going to
Yes.
be use like that only without installing any particular softwares. And the cloud computing is going to be provide three types of services. One is SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. Software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Our Salesforce is going to be achieve software as a service and platform as a service, both. See the definition of Salesforce. Salesforce is a SaaS, software as a service, software as a service, which means there is no need to install software. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
To install the software or server to work on. So we can able to sign up into salesforce.com, and we can able to use it. We can start running the business instantly. And here we have two things. One is developer. So there will be two roles. One is developer and the other one is administrator.
Yes, sir.
So just I'll give the best example for developer and administrator. See, developer in a sense is like a new plant we have planted in our garden, and we are going to be take care of that plant in our garden. Whereas coming to the administrator, just they're not going to be plant the plants in the garden, just they will be taking care of plants. That is the best example which we can say to differentiate the roles of developer and as well as administrator. So when compared to the administrator, will be having very good opportunities for developer, because from the basic they'll be developing the applications and they can able to maintain the things.
Yes, sir.
Here under Salesforce development, we have two things. I mean to say, like, Salesforce development is of two types. Is two types. One is point and click tools, or we can also say that as declarative approach. We can also say that as declarative approach, where we no need to write a single line of code in order to customization. Just we are going to be do it by point and click. No need of writing a single line of code in order to customization. We'll just do it by point and click. The next way we have here is programmatic approach. Programmatic approach. So where we'll be writing code. Where we'll be writing code. So these are the two different types of Salesforce development what we have. One
Sir,
is,
is this like our choice to choose like a point and click tools and a programmatic approach?
so we will discuss first, we will discuss what are the different declarative approaches we have and what is the best in that, and later we will discuss, I'll answer to your question.
Yes, sure, sir.
See, declarative approach or declarative tools we have here as workflow rules, workflow rules, process builder is there, visual flows is there, and then approval process. These are the declarative tools we have. See, when we are using these declarative tools, so first, before going to be discuss what are the declarative tools we have, we will discuss what are the Salesforce technologies we have. See here, Salesforce technologies. Front end, back end we have. See, when we are developing the web application, just consider this is a client or the user side or client side will be having the browser. When we are giving some URL, it is going to be send a request to the server, that what we can say as HTTP request, hypertext transfer protocol request. And at the server side, we'll be having the database, whatever it may be, the database and server we have, there is a connection in between the server and database. Whatever the server receive the request from the client, it is going to be searched for the appropriate things in the database, and if it finds the database, then it is going to be provides as a response, HTTP response we can say, and we can able to see that response in the client side. This all will be happening at the back end. This is happening at the front end. Now, front end technologies, what we can say as user interface, what we have. Generally, for developing the web applications, the front end can be done with the help of HTML, which will be used for developing the static web pages, and JavaScript we have, which is used for dynamic behavior or to validate the fields. We are going to be use the JavaScript, and to make the user interface in a better way, most of the time, if the user interface is very good, then only the users can able to use that. If the user interface looks like ugly, most of the users will not prefer to use that web application. So look and feel should be good for the web application. That is going to be provided with the help of HTML along with CSS. And even in today's market, we'll be having some frameworks like Angular JS framework, React.
Sir, do we need to learn all those things?
No,
like
not required.
HTML?
Not required. So these are the front end. And in the back end, or we can say, instead of saying as a back end, to write the business logic, we'll be using Java and PHP, Python, Ruby. If it is Salesforce, we are going to be use Apex, which is a proprietary language for Salesforce. That we will discuss what is meant by proprietary language, that and all. And whereas coming to the database, Oracle is a database we'll be using here. And now, if you see the Salesforce front end, what we are having. So there will be two things, that is Salesforce Classic Salesforce Lightning. Salesforce Classic, Salesforce Lightning. See, this will be used for developing the UI, user interface. Before 2014, we'll be having the Salesforce Classic, and after 2014, we'll be having the Salesforce Lightning. So where in the Salesforce Lightning, will be having very good user interface, and also will be having more number of options in Salesforce Lightning when compared to the Salesforce Classic. Okay, so for building the web pages, we are going to be use Visualforce. For building the web pages in Salesforce Classic, we are going to be use the Visualforce. And to build the web pages in Salesforce Lightning, we'll be using two frameworks. One is Aura Components framework, Aura Components Framework. And the other one we have here is Lightning Web Components Framework. Lightning Web Components Framework. Lightning Web Components Framework. Now see here, Lightning Web Components Framework is fastest when compared to Aura Components Framework because it will be having the standards of web pages. So because of that only, it is going to be do in a very faster way when compared to Aura components. This is what we have in the front end, and we'll continue the rest of the thing in the next session. What we'll be having with the Salesforce backend and how it will be, what will be the declarative tools we have, and what are its purpose, what are the drawbacks we have in that specific declarative tools, what we are using, like workflow rules, process builder, visual flows, approval process, and now what we are using in Salesforce, that and all we will continue in the coming session.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you tell me the channel name, sir? I'll make the note all those things. What we have discussed in this class.